A big thanks to our main sponsors, the bridge. I see Castrol on there, the main straight, Porsche Club of Cape Town. Turn 1 sponsored by Blockcoin, Turn 2 Castrol, and then Turn 4 named after Sarel van der Merwe. And our event sponsor being Power Series for 2026 is sponsored by Lime Property Management. Mr. Clint Ridden, in conjunction with our media partners, Smile 90.4 FM. As they work their way down the back main, this is going to be good stuff. Class A, Class B, and Class C. Not sure if it's going to be a 1-light start or a 3-light start. Normally when there is a lot of cars out there, they go for the 3-light start. I think today they might go for everybody comes off the line together. Quite easy to get temperature in the front tires of these front wheel drives, as you can accelerate, you can brake, or you can turn. But on the back wheels, all you can do is brake. You can get a little bit with turning. That's why you find the guys tend to throw it around and slide the back tires. Otherwise, you generate more temperature in the front tires than the rear tires. And when you're going to turn number 1, you've got a total imbalance as opposed to what you would normally have after 2-3 laps of racing. So very important to try and get as even as possible temperature build up in those back and front tires.
And of course, Gazza, there's a couple of Class C drivers that's moved up to Class B. Ijas Majid is one of them. Adriano Ferrari, he's another one that's moved up from Class C into Class B. Eugene Gelderblom.
Adriano Ferrari was in fact a class winner at the end of last season.
Class C, quite right, yes. He's now moved from C up until B. Right, everything seems to be A-OK as we wait for them to move off the line.
Not sure if it's a 1-light or 2 lights.
There's only 2 Class A cars out there. Yep. Everybody else is Class B. There was supposed to be 3 initially. It's only Skull Keldernace and Tate Bishop that is in Class A. Ian Cup was supposed to be there. He's not there.
We saw him this morning in the pits, so something's gone wrong since. And there's going to be a 1-light start as they come off the line. And look at those API Property Management Class C cars already encroaching on the back of Class A. It's going to be Geldernace that gets the whole shot.
Yeah, Geldernace from, as the field works their way, look at that. The Class B, C cars already right on the case of the Class B cars as they work their way out of Blockcoin corner. Out of Blockcoin they go into Castrol. Those Class C cars is hounding the back end of the Class B brigade as they work their way out of Castrol corner. Chase vehicles going down into Castrol, but it's all about the top 2 that's busy working their way. Look at this lot coming through out of the Lundstem Kink. Working their way around Geldernace and Bishop. They are sliding that cars around. Then it is Zach Leyden. He's the leader of Class B with Kolfie and Sunderberg. Whoa, this is going to be a big one. Into the tire wall, and it's a massive smack into the wall there. Picked up right in front of the camera.
I think the camera is much better off than the car right now. You can see the dust there in the background. But look at this battle going down the leading Class B cars that are working their way through there. Zach Leyden that leads out that group. And it's Kolfie that's directly in there behind him. A 5-car battle that's leading out Class B's. And here is the Class C battle coming through directly behind that. The Class C battle being led out by Ross Schroeder from Daniel Moona, Tristan Joubert, and Devon Dreyer.
Yeah, as the Class C cars come through now, and that is Moona, Van Eerden, Joubert, and Smith as they come through down into turn number 1. They go as we watch all these challenge cars make their way out of Blockcoin corner. That is the mid-pack of Class C that's coming out. The Class B guys are heading into turn number 2, led there by Leyden, Kolfie, Brett Roach. Then the Sundenbergs are coming through. There are your Class B, C leaders, Daniel Moona, Van Eerden, and Tristan Hubert.
Oh, Geldenhuys using the whole track and a little bit more, getting the tail end hanging out as he comes through there. But your Class Bs, I must say, Zak Leyden doing a pretty decent job. Kolfi there in directly behind him from Roach, Sandenberg, Liebenberg and Ferrari. Liebenberg did not attend the driver's briefing, and although he did qualify well, he was moved to back of class on the first race start.
Right, this is the Class B boys that's racing down towards Cape Town corner, led there by Zak Leyden, Mohammed Kolfi and Brett Roach as the three of them exit Cape Town using the track and more. Then it's Sandenberg Jr. in there behind him, followed there by Sean Liebenberg. Liebenberg is the second last car on your screen there. Then it is Ferrari, and then right behind them, yes, first, second and third in Class C. Daniel Muner is in that fight together with Ryan van Eerden and Tristan Hubert.
Well, I tell you what, they're quite happy to go three abreast into the corner. Luckily, they didn't go and do some strange stuff. Van Eerden, Muner and Joubert, nothing much between them, breaking away from Smith, Dreyer and Rowe at this point. But with that battle being so tight, Frankie, I think the balance of the guys might actually catch that lead battle that you see there coming out of turn 2 in Class C.
Well, that Class C fight, yes, not too far behind them is a 66 car of Smith. He's not too far behind these three that's coming towards us. That's John Smith. Oh, there's a lot of dust there on the outside of Damstip as they work their way through Dams. Up the Tigerberg straight, up the hill they go towards the highest part of Kalani International. Turn 4, double right-hander, saddle sweep. That is your top three of Class C coming through as we watch the leaders of Class B work their way out of Cape Town corner. Mr. Zak Leyden right behind him is Mohammed Kolfi, Brett Roach, and Daniel Liebenberg Jr. is right on his case there, followed there by Sandenberg. It's actually Sandenberg and then Sean Liebenberg.
Oh, there's that Class C battle now. Still Van Eerden, Muner, Joubert and Smith. Sandenberg lost from the Class B pack and gets himself absorbed by the Brat pack.
Oh, nice to see both Sandenberg out there. His dad is lying in P12 overall. Used to race late models at the old Tigerberg Raceway. So it's the father and son combination, of which Junior is lying 6 overall and 4th in class.
A very thinned out Class A up front with Geldenhuys and Bishop. Geldenhuys has become a major factor in GTI Challenge in the last 18 months and getting better and better. Father, an ex-champion, class champion and series champion as well. So coming from great stock, and obviously the setup being done impeccably on that motor car. Very consistent, very seldom makes mistakes and does not complete races, hence winning championships. But the battle is on as we go down into turn 5. Zak Leyden still holding out on Mohammed Kolfi. Brett Roach starting to get a bit of ground now in front of him and being closed down by Sandenberg from behind.
Yeah, Sandenberg Jr. Then behind Sandenberg Jr. it is Liebenberg. Then it is Adriano Ferrari that's made the jump into Class B. And then here come the Class C cars. It is Van Eerden, Hubert and Muner that's working their way towards us. Then they've got that lost Class B car, the 77 of Sandenberg Senior, that is in there between them as well.
Always great to see the Class B and the Class C battles, normally pretty close between them. And there are years that Class A is the class to be watched. There's years that Class B is the year to be watched. And many a year it's been all about the Class C cars. As our Class A two top contenders, Skalk Geldenhuys leading out, going down the back main with 4 laps to go.
Now we're halfway through this one. Geldenhuys and Bishop way down the road. As a matter of fact, there is 12.5 seconds between second in Class A and the leader of Class B, which is Zak Leyden. They're the two Class A cars working their way through 5A as the Class B contingency work its way towards Cape Town corner. And I'll tell you what, Sundenberg Jr. is crowding that bootlet of the Golf of Jetta 2 of Brett Roach.
Yep, it's getting pretty close between the two of them, and I think that battle's going to carry on right through to the end of this race. Let's go back a little bit and see if we can pick up that Class C lead battle will be coming now towards the city of Cape Town and Castrol Bridge. Here they come.
Yeah, here comes Ferrari through, and then that is your first and second. That's Sundenberg Senior, that's between them. It is Van Eerden, then it's Sundenberg Senior, he's in Class B. Then it is Tristan Hubert, Muna, Devon Dreyer, John Smith, and Patrick Walton as they work their way out of Block 1.
Daniel Muna in the API color scheme. He's been pretty much a regular in the class, in this specific class as well. The Class C battle, we often see Daniel Muna in the API livery car at the front end of that battle. Our Class A is already down towards turn number 5 and coming out Cape Town corner as we watch our lead Class B cars coming into picture. And Zach Leyden, having raced stock cars 2 weeks back, finds himself at the front end of Class B. But look at the battle for third and fourth in class.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. We'll get them there as they make their way through Cape Town corner. And it's Donnie Sundenberg Jr. That's right now on the case of Brett Roach as they work their way out of Cape Town corner into the turn 5A kink. Then behind them, we've got Sean Liebenberg. He'll come into view now. There comes Sean into view. And right behind him is Adriano Ferrari, the man that jumped from Class C into B. And then we've got Sundenberg Senior. And then right behind Sundenberg Senior, Gaza, is your leader of Class C.
Yep, here they come again with the API property liveries so similar. You can just pick up the red stripe just below the windscreen. That's the easy way to determine. And we've got a slow runner going down into 1.
That's one of the Class C cars that's just slowed right down there. One of the API property cars.
Our lead car down towards turn 5 and slowly but surely getting away from Tate Bishop in that second position. The Angry Racing entry looked pretty good initially. There wasn't that much between them, but now it's all about Skalk Geldenhuys.
Right, one more lap to go for them. These two as they start their final lap. Skalk Geldenhuys, Tate Bishop, 3.4 seconds between them. As they on their final lap, your Class B cars are working their way out of Cape Town corner. They heading towards the start of their last lap. That is Mohammed Kalfi coming through your screen now. And Brett Roach is still battling to keep Donnie Sundenberg Jr. behind him as they work their way through the turn 5A kink and race down towards Block 1 corner. Then you've got Ryan van Eerden that leads Class C as there's a half a lap to go for these two cars, for two Class A cars, Gary, before they see the checkered flag.
Skalk, even though he's leading out using the whole track, the curbstone, and just a little bit more. He likes to do that four-wheel drift under braking, even going over the top end of the curbstone. We've seen a couple of bikes. That horrible bike accident we saw there early on, must be a lot of damage to that motorbike. Skalk Geldenhuys, Class A, from the front row of the grid, the fastest qualifier, has led every single lap ever since the lights and the flag said let's go and have some fun, and he comes out of turn 5 Cape Town corner with a decent gap between himself and Tate Bishop.
Right, Geldenhuys and Bishop will come home first and second. Remember, we saw that API property car slow down in turn number 1, and that was Daniel Muna, and he has retired that car. So Geldenhuys and Bishop have taken the checkered flag already. We now wait for the leading Class B car. Here it comes, the Incleden Polo of Zach Leyden that sits out there in P1. Mohammed Kalfi in second in Class B. There's your two winners of Class B across the line. And Brett Roach, well, he's just going to get to the flag ahead of Sundenberg Jr. Then it is going to be Sean Liebenberg, and right on his heels it's Adriano Ferrari, followed by Donnie Sandenberg Sr. Then right behind him is Ryan van Eden. That will win Class C. And he will finish ahead of Tristan Hubert. I'm sure Tiny and the guys at Tiny's Pit Box will be happy about that. Devin Dreyer crosses the line. John Smith crosses the line. Yes, PJ Walton. And then Andre Rowe will finish just behind him. Followed by Ishmael Davids.
Well, looks like we lost out there on Daniel Muna, Frankie. He
Yes.
dropped right down. I'm not sure where he actually went off.
I'll tell you where he went off. I just mentioned it a while ago. Remember the API car that went slow through turn 1?
Oh, that was
That
him.
was, yes, picked up here by our spotters. When they're not on the mic, they're spotters, and of course, vice versa. And David picked it up that he had pulled off there on the stock car oval.
So, Class A goes Skull Keldenace from Tate Bishop. Class B is Zach Leyden from Mohammed Kalfi and Brett Roach. Class C, Van Eden coming through there, head of Joubert and Dreyer. In the absence of Muna, that was looking pretty good. And Ian Cup, that also didn't manage to come out for that event. That could have made a big difference if Ian Cup was out there as well. So that was round number 1 on API Property Group GTI Challenge. Here's some replays. And I must say, our crew downstairs have picked up some beautiful replays. That's some big eye stuff, and straight towards the barrier.
That's a 93 car that went into the barrier.
That was big.
That's a 93 car. Let's see if we can pick up who that was. That's Eugene Gelderblom. That's Eugene Gelderblom, the 93 car. You'll pick it up. Look, when he flicks the car to the left, you can see the number clearly there. B93, Eugene Gelderblom.
And just after that, the window exploded. Oh, here's another long shot of it, trying to hold, just flicks back the opposite way. And from there on out, well, you just a passenger. Sorrel sweep, well, a whole bunch of dust and a whole bunch of damage.
A couple of cars taking evasive action there. Class B and Class C cars. One of them being the API Property car. That's the sponsor of GTI Challenge.
As far as I know, we're supposed to be doing the minute silence now, but I don't see anybody on the grid yet.
Oh, folks, just a delay we're going to have. They're going to sort out the tire wall at the outside of turn number 4. Saddle sweep because of the 93 car that went off there and